If I told you that Tiny Bookshop is, well, a game about running a tiny bookshop, you might think it sounds like a straightforward idea. But after spending dozens of hours with this cozy management sim, I can tell you that there's tons going on behind the scenes. By the end of this review, you'll know all there is to know about running a tiny bookshop. Spoiler free, might I add. And we'll also discover who the game is for and whether you should buy it now, wait for a sale, or skip it entirely. Like all good beginnings, here's looking at you, Stardew Valley. Tiny Bookshop's story begins with you leaving your old life behind to open a tiny bookshop on wheels by the sea. You have an old car that pulls a trailer full of books, kind of like those pop-up coffee stands people have, but with reading material and not caffeine. You start by simply opening up shop and selling your books to all the locals who turn up to peruse your dusty wares. But things soon start getting more complicated, because these locals actually want advice on the books they're buying. Who do they think they are? So while most customers will turn up, buy some books and then leave, some will prompt a pop-up where they describe the kind of book they're looking for. This isn't always as simple as throwing a crime, drama or kids book at them though. Sometimes your clientele will describe the story, themes or type of characters they want to read about, recommend something good and they'll leave happy and give you a little sales buff. Get it wrong and no dice. A nice touch is that all the books you sell are actually real books, with their page count, year, author, and blurb all visible. So you'll be digging through your stock to find just the right tome. This leads us nicely to the elephant in the room. If this is a game about selling books, and real ones at that, then do you need to be an avid reader to enjoy Tiny Bookshop? Well, the answer is a little yes and a lot no. Let me explain. Having literary knowledge will certainly amplify how much satisfaction you get from the game. For instance, if a customer says they want a play about a famous Roman, then you can quickly flick through your books and grab Shakespeare's Julius Caesar for them, so your real world knowledge benefits you. However, since each book comes with category, color coded, and provides a full description, then even if you don't have a huge knowledge of literature, you'll be just fine. I'm a big reader, and I haven't even heard of around 75% of the books I've sold, because you'll come across everything from cookbooks to encyclopedias. As you play, you'll encounter main character NPCs who visit your shop, like the journalist who writes for the local paper, a boomer ex-bookshop owner called Tilda who I've developed a hatred for because she gives unsolicited advice, and a musician who has gone through a breakup, to name just a few. These people will be logged in your journal along with their birthdays, their likes and dislikes, and quests and tasks they ask you to complete. When these characters visit your bookshop, they give you a buff to sales in specific genres, and they play a pivotal role in driving the story forward, because you'll spend a good chunk of time talking to them. Even though you only start out in one location, you'll unlock more as you play. From lighthouse to supermarket to beach, each location will have a genre preference. For example, if you visit the beach in the summer, yes, Tiny Bookshop has days and seasons, then there will be lots of children who are out of school for the summer and looking for kids books. Interestingly, if you place kids books on the top shelf of your bookcase, they have trouble reaching them and it affects sales. And placing books is only the tip of the iceberg of customizability in Tiny Bookshop. Before each day, you get to go through your stock of books and hand place each one on your shelves. How many books of a certain genre you have out affects how much they sell, alongside location, time of year, and what items you decorate your bookshop with. That's right, you'll come across items like skulls, typewriters, tables, hanging flower baskets, and loads more that you can adorn your bookshop in. You can even choose their colour, but this isn't just superficial. These items have both positive and negative stats that affect what kind of books sell. So you need to be selective about what items you decorate with based on what books you need to sell. We've talked a lot about selling books, but I haven't told you how to get them. Shop runs on a fairly simple gameplay loop. You open up shop in the morning, you deal with customers, then you shut the shop in the evening. You're then presented with that day's newspaper, which has classified ads for bundles of books and items. Buying a fantasy lovers bundle will probably have fantasy genre books for the most part, but Grandma's attic clear out can have absolutely anything in it. So you buy your books here, then you progress to the next day and choose which location you're going to set up shop in and start it all over again. Each location comes with a rental cost, and you have expenses for the general running of the bookshop and buying your stock, so you'll actually need to manage your money quite carefully so you don't get into debt. Tiny Bookshop has charming watercolor-like graphics, and as you play you'll listen to a wonderfully relaxing soundtrack. It's a game that appears quite simple on first appearances, but it actually delivers a lot lot of depth and world building through its locations and characters. It's got just enough management to keep you engaged, but not enough that it will overwhelm you and turn the experience into a stressful one. Locations change, and you'll find dogs to befriend and items to collect if you spend time to look around each location every time you visit. Tiny Bookshop really does nail the term cozy management sim. Tiny Bookshop is a wonderfully charming management simulator that you won't come away disappointed from. If you enjoyed Stardew Valley's premise of run away and start a new life somewhere new, then you'll be right at home here. Doubly so if you're a reader. Buying stock for your shop and selling books is a satisfying gameplay loop on its own, but it's made even better by the characters you encounter and locations you visit, and it's all delivered with beautiful graphics and a relaxing soundtrack. But who is this game for, and is it worth your hard-earned cash? So who is Tiny Bookshop for, and should you buy it at full price, wait for a sale, or skip it entirely? Well, if you're in the perfect cross-section of people who love cozy games with a side of management, but you also love a good book, then at $20, there's no reason not to pick up Tiny Bookshop at full price, because it's worth every single penny. If you're someone who falls into this category but doesn't quite have so much literary knowledge, then I think it's still worth it. But you can't go wrong waiting for a sale if you're strapped for cash. Tiny Bookshop is a game that you'll keep coming back to like an oasis in a desert. It's a game you can pick up for minutes or hours and you won't feel lost or confused. You'll just feel at peace.